This week, I'm on a little bit of a mission. I want to find out where the best shell for Ouroboroid is. Now, this is a fan favorite card from Edge of Eternities. A whole bunch of you love it. I also love it. And it is a card that slots into so many creature-based strategies. So if you don't know what Ouroboroid is, it is a 1/3 for 4 mana plant worm. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is Ouroboroid's power. In a creature-based deck, this thing gets out of control. This is your top end for the most part. You're throwing this out when you have a nice established board, loading all those creatures up, and then swinging in for the win. Now, it can fit in a lot of different decks. So this week, I am going to be playing 3 different Ouroboroid decks. This time, I'm going to be playing the Gruul variant, the variant that is my personal favorite, but also the one that I am a little bit most suspicious about. Following this, I'm going to go on to a Golgari shell, and we're going to finish it off with a Simic shell, and just kind of see which of these decks plays the best. So those are the upcoming videos. You can look forward to those videos if you are a fan of Ouroboroid in green decks. Now, what else is in the deck? Well, we got to have a whole bunch of creatures. I think the Gruul shell is a little bit more focused on ramp than the other 2 shells. Of course, we're playing 4 copies of Llanowar Elf, and we're also playing 4 copies of Ruby, Daring Tracker. Now, this is a legendary creature, but I think Ruby is a very underappreciated card. This thing is very powerful. It is Gruul mana, red and a green, 1/2, but it has haste, and when it comes down, it allows you to immediately add 1 red or 1 green mana. I particularly like this card because it kind of protects itself. On turn 2, you play it out, and then we have other cards like Snakeskin Veil that we can throw out to protect our mana dorks to guarantee turn 3, turn 4 Ouroboroid. At least that's the theory on paper. We're also playing 4 copies of the Simic Might. This is the only deck, I don't want to say only deck, it might be in the Simic deck as well. I haven't tuned the Simic deck yet. But this is the place where I think Simic Might fits a little bit better than maybe some other places. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, another target creature you control gets +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is Simic Might's power. This card is very powerful in a lot of budget Gruul shells, or even just mono green shells in general. It's going to pump up our team even more so when we have the Ouroboroid on the field. And we are playing 4 copies of the Paw Patch Recruit. Just a very powerful card to have in your deck, especially nowadays in Best of 1, where a lot of spot removal is being played. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature other than the targeted creature. Just a very powerful 1-drop, or usually a 3-drop, because it does have Offspring too. Other creatures in the deck, we are playing 2 copies of Surok. Surok, pretty cool. Our spells can't be countered, and then we get to draw cards whenever our things are targeted. Then we are also playing 2 copies of Helena and Elena. This is a Gruul specialty card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put +X, X +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is this creature's power. This is going to work very well with the Might, of course, pumping it up and then swinging in and giving everything a little bit more power. I really like this card. 2 copies seems fine. And then finally, at the top end, we are playing 2 copies of the Nova Hellkite. Just a really sweet, powerful card. I could honestly see going up to 3 in this deck, but right now I'm on 2. When it comes in, it deals 1 damage to a target creature an opponent controls. It has Warp 3, Flying Haste, 4/5. What's not to like about this one? So, those are the creatures. Outside of the creatures, we are playing a little bit of removal. 2 copies of Torch Tower to, well, kill whatever we need. And same thing, a Braid can go after an artifact, or it can go after a creature, probably artifacts with the amount of synthesizer that are in the format right now. And the last card to talk about is the Innkeeper's Talent, a little bit of a way to protect our creatures. It also has that really powerful level 3 that will double all of the counters if we get up to that point. That, with an Ouroboroid on the field, hopefully will spell the end of the game. So that is the first deck that we're going to be trying out in the Best of 1, or on the Best of 1 ladder, featuring Ouroboroid. Let's see how this plant worm can make out on the ladder this week. Head over to some games. All right, so back in Standard. I've been away from Standard, actually. I have been spending almost all of my time not almost all my time. I've been spending all my MTGA time playing Historic, having fun, climbed up to Diamond kind of ridiculously easily playing Eldrazi. Maybe they didn't come through as broken as they actually are in the last video that I put out, but once I switched to best of 3, oh my god, the Eldrazi deck, insane. But anyways, we're now trusting Ouroboroid. We're putting all of our faith in this card. And I guess while the opponent is taking their time to do that, if you guys could continue to help the channel grow, we're almost at 900 subscribers. However, the channel has really eased up, lost a lot of steam. You know, YouTube's a weird place, and I think YouTube, sometimes it just seems like the algorithms decide, hey, you know what, we're not going to push this content anymore. So if you could, and if you haven't, and if you like what I'm doing, please do subscribe. They're playing. I kind of want the Innkeeper's Talent because the +1/+1 is going to be good for blocking their stuff. Oh my god, everything here is too good. Okay, let's get rid of a land. That's going to be something I'm going to regret, but we'll try. And I'm going to put out the Innkeeper's Talent. Yeah, so if you could subscribe, like, please hit the like button. Please comment about what you're enjoying about Standard. What shell you think Ouroboroid belongs in. Maybe that's kind of a cool thing to talk about. And then if you could, you know what? You got some friends? Recommend the channel to some of your friends. If some of your friends are trying out Magic, let them know that this guy over here is making some videos and that you enjoy his videos, if you do, in fact, enjoy them. So that would be very helpful if you could do that. All right, let's focus up on the game. We are against Moon AF, and they're playing Orzhov Bounce, probably. We're probably going to get hit with this Cosmogran Zenith very hard. It's going to be making a whole bunch of things. Sure, they're going to make us sacrifice something with Momentum Breaker. They're going to make 1/1s, and we are in trouble right now. We are going to have the Ouroboroid, but I think it's probably a little bit too late. There goes our Llanowar Elf. But we do get to put out the Ouroboroid at the very least. And maybe that can do some stuff. So we do hit the land, but we are not in a great spot. I am also ordering my triggers manually for this because I feel like Ouroboroid has some trigger ordering problems. And I want to make sure that everything is going perfectly right, especially with Helena and Alana. Those two cards tend to trigger things in a weird way. Okay, so they have done that. They must take the Innkeeper's Talent, I guess, because our creatures have Ward. And I don't think they have a way of stopping that. Cool. This card, cool, it doubles triggers. So if a permanent entering the battlefield causes an ability to trigger an ability, it triggers an additional time. Very cool combination with the Banishing Light there. Okay, so I think, although I'm not going to be able to attack in this turn, I want to put out the Llanowar Elf because I want to start putting more things on things. Okay, which one's which? Okay, this is the small one. So I want the big one to go first, I believe. If the big one goes first, this should give us more overall. Boom, boom. And I feel like getting in for 13 while I can is probably going to be a good deal. They only have one card in hand, but they do have the Starfield Vocalist sitting over there, and our creatures do not have protection anymore. So it's possible, though, if they... Oh, that's good. Pick up the Momentum Breaker. They're going to make us sack the Llanowar Elf. No! Oh, they don't have mana for it. Okay. Okay, so they do have a Momentum Breaker. I would like to find something. Ooh, okay. That's not bad. At this point, it doesn't matter anymore what happens. Oh, does Helena have to go second? Maybe she does. So at the beginning of combat on your turn. At the beginning of combat on your turn. So these should trigger all at the same time. I wonder why I can't put Helena and Elena Why can't I put them on the stack first? And if anybody has an idea about that, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on this. Okay, get rid of the Land of War Elf. At the beginning of combat on your turn. Does this always? Oh, it's just when it's okay. So I guess Ruby's gone. All right, that's cool. So the Starfield Vocalist is just a really good card. No way! Come on, that's crazy. Our opponent just had our number. We couldn't get rid of the Vocalist. It's going to be doubling up everything, and the Momentum Breaker is going to be taking out... It may as well just be a one-sided board wipe. Oh, gross. They picked up both of them, and they get double triggers, and they have the Vanishing Light to follow it up. That's devastating. Oh, I guess I could have... Could I have sacrificed that? Vehicle or creature. We're down to 2 mana. I don't have the mana to do... Oh! It does work. It does work. Oh my god, Nova Hellkite coming in, clutch. Let's put it on the Nova Hellkite, just for fun. That's an 83... 84 Nova Hellkite out of nowhere for the win. Oh my god, we were done. We were toast. Oh, that's... I'm just happy about that. I was really getting depressed there for a second. I thought we were going to be really done in by this Starfield Vocalist. This is the first time I've ever gone up against this card, and this card is backbreaking when they're putting out Momentum Breaker and Banishing Lights. Very cool deck from the opponent, but a 83-84 Nova Hellkite had something else to say about that. Gotta love it when you start off with a big old bang like that. Man, that game was satisfying. Okay, we don't have the payoff yet, but we have all the early stuff, which is good. That's what you want. And then when we draw into our inevitable Ouroboroid, we'll get it. We'll get there. I am playing 4 Ouroboroids in the deck. Ooh, though, we are against control. That might be a problem. Okay, you know what? Let's just go out with the Ruby, and we'll attack in for 2 damage, and then we'll start pumping them up with the Innkeeper's Talent. Hopefully they take a turn off here. Nope, maybe they have Get Lost. Clayfire Bricks, so we are not against... traditional control. We are against, of course, the very scary Artifacts deck. I hate the auto tapper. Just tap. Okay. Starting Town. You know what? It's been a little while since I played Starting Town, and that's on me. Do I want to get blown out by... I don't think I want to get blown out by a Star Cage, so we'll just go this way. I was thinking about putting out the Might to put the +1/+1 counter on it, but this, I don't know. You know it's coming. There it is. Okay, so they take out 2 of our creatures, not a big deal. Thankfully, they don't get the Innkeeper's Talent, and we can now go out with the Might, number 1. I think we're going to go out with the Ruby. And we'll attack... Do I want to attack in, or do I want to put out the other Might? You know what? I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to put out the second Might, because having 2 Mights on the field with the Innkeeper's Talents pumping is going to be a ton of damage. If they have 2 Star Cages, they have 2 Star Cages, and that's just the situation. They got us. They got us! They got us! Yay! I'm so happy that our opponent is as cool as they are. All right. Well, Surrak on the field. Surrak's pretty powerful. Going to be pumped up a little bit of protection. If we can get the Surrak pumped up to a 6 toughness, that'll be pretty good. It'll make it a little bit harder for them to deal with. They can't use the spring-loaded Saw Blades, which I guess that's what we're doing. Maybe they have counter magic. Yeah, okay. I was going to say we should put out the mountain, but it didn't really matter. They can't kill it on that attack. They can kill it when they untap, though, because he is still tapped with the Spring Blades. They could also use the... yeah, they still have it. I don't remember what the card's called, but it's like an Oblivion Ring. They'll be able to sacrifice the Cryogenic Relic, do that. So now we're just hunting for... The only card that's going to help us is a Braid. Oh! Okay. Well, here comes the Flood, but we get to do... Oh, it doesn't... Why did I think that this card doubled? It doesn't double the amount of counters. I think in the intro I said it doubled, but it doesn't. It just adds twice. Oh, it does double, but it doesn't double its counters, of course. It just adds one extra one of that. They have 2 Simulacrums on the field. They can use the Repurposing Bay, although they don't have a 2 CMC thing right now. So if we find a Braid, or if we find... No, it has to be a Braid. Oh, they can tap it down. And they have a bunch of 9/9s. All right, well, we did our best. I think the fact that they had the double Pinnacle Star Cage is what was going to inevitably do us in. What can you really do in that situation? But they are letting us draw a card. That's cool. It's a Ruby. I don't hate Ruby. Gain a little life. Why not? Let's... I mean, we're dead. We're dead to the 9/9s that are going to come in. What are we doing here? But we'll do that. We'll put twice as many counters on it. Just to swing. Oh, don't be like that, opponent. It's very clear. I'm empty-handed. You didn't need to make more. Are you really going to go... They're going to go get the Fire Crystal? Come on. Come on. Don't be that. Don't be that way. Man-child. Says it all. Game number 3, now thinking maybe we need more Braids in the deck because, well, Pinnacle Star Cage, when they have 1, they have 2. Alright, opening hand, absolute trash because the Verges are not the lands we want. This looks a little bit better. We'll have to throw away something. Oh, man, what do you throw here? Everything's good. Do you throw away the interaction? No, you throw away the innkeepers, I guess. Alright, the opponent on black. Okay, we'll lead out with a Might. Next turn, we can go out starting town, second Might, hold up Snakeskin Veil, hopefully protecting our board. Okay, opponent gives us a bit of an opening. They are on a Reanimator deck, so maybe this is... I mean, are dinosaurs a thing still? Because that's kind of what it looks like is going on here. Rakdos joins up. So we will throw out the second Might, attack in for a measly 1 damage. We need to hit probably a land runner for us to be satisfied in this game. But we might just be dead. Isn't it fun? Standard's fun. Magic's fun. This is just Magic, right? Sometimes you're just dead. Somebody commented on the latest video, like, sometimes you're just dead on turn 3 and that's all you can really do. And that person was right. Missed a land. We can remove the fear of missing out. I think I actually have to. I don't really have much of a choice here. That kind of feels bad. And we'll just attack in. They can order themselves the way they want to order them. I guess. They're 1/1s. Second fear of missing out. They get the Arden in the graveyard, so if they are on a Zombify for next turn, Arden into whatever they want. Quag Feast. What is that card? Sure. We kind of hit our land in a weird way, and I think, unfortunately, I'm probably just gonna have to wait out this turn. If they have the Zombify, they're going to be bringing back a Hemiosymbic Might. But they don't seem to have it. Ooh, they milled their Valgavoth's Faithful, but they put it, of course, in their hand. So next turn, they're going to be able to Might plus activate the Might. So unless we kill them this turn, we're dead. And their Overlord is going to be online very soon. They get in just for 2 damage. Unfortunately, I think this is not going our way. Why? Why can't I draw a land? Alright. So we're being stonewalled by a 2-3. And yeah, we'll let the opponent do the cool thing. They're gonna really pop off on this next turn. Wow, rude. We'll protect it. Of course it tapped Ruby. It really wants to protect my life. It's going to tap my Ruby to save me 1 life. Now I'm down 1 blocker and I'm going to get hit for far more damage than it would have protected. They went with the Overlord of the Baelmerk, which is very strange because now they don't have enough mana to activate the Valgavoth's Faithful. They definitely could have just... I mean, they're in such a controlling position. This is such a problem. We're also on a Multi 6. Yeah. All right. I'm done. I'm done with this one. We're gonna game 4 is gonna be great. It's gonna be real great. So far things have not been working out for old Gruul Ouroboroid. The deck has been killing itself. The opponent has been killing us. And just a whole bunch of issues. But I suppose that's what's going to happen when you run into Starcage, and then when you run into mana problems. It is what it is. What I do like about this hand right now, though, is that we do have our lands. We have a Halana and a Alana. I like this card a lot. And we have our Ruby that's going to be able to protect itself this turn with the Snakeskin Veil. So if our opponent is sitting on a Lightning Helix or something of that flavor, we can at least keep the Ruby on the field. Oh my gosh, this guy calling all the shots. It's always nice. It always feels so good when you can call it like that. Alright, let's put out the Halana and Alana. This is now up to a 4-5. 4-5 I think is going to be really hard for the opponent to get rid of with the Boros mana base. They might be on Get Lost, but if we can get out these Innkeeper's Talents... Oh, dang. Well, still, we got the Ruby on the field. The Ruby's going to be doing a ton of damage, and that card just absolutely a fantastic draw for us. So I don't think they're doing anything with 1 red mana. We get to now pump up Ruby a little bit more, and Ruby will self-pump herself. So she has another ability. Whenever Ruby attacks while you control a creature with 4 power or greater, Ruby gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. So Ruby is now attacking for 7. Let's go in, Ruby. 3-turn clock. All of my hopes and dreams are put into this singular card. We'll see what we can do. If only she had Trample. Why don't you have Trample? Everything else has Trample. Ooh. Okay. That complicates things, right? Actually, it doesn't. So, I could put out the Innkeeper's Talent and give Ruby double ward. And actually, I kind of like that. That's best. I was also going to say put out the Paw Patch when they inevitably target something with the Screaming Nemesis trigger. They're going to have to put those counters somewhere. Or I get to put those counters somewhere, rather. Okay, boom, boom. So now, with them only having 1 open mana, I think they kind of have to let this attack through. We're still not in a great spot, because if they do block with the Screaming Nemesis, we're going to be taking 9 damage to the dome. And that feels real good. Okay, well, this had to happen. This Screaming Nemesis essentially got 3 attacks off. Okay. Bang. And we are no longer gaining life. Which we're not gaining life anyways, so it's irrelevant. Oh, the opponent has switched plans. They're now on the blow up our face plan. I love it. The opponent switching gears. We're at 9 health though. If they put out another Screaming Nemesis, we can't do anything. Oh, I hate this game. Okay. Well, this is kind of funny, right? Okay, we're gonna go out with our Paw Patch now. And Paw Patch though, having Trample is very good. Let's put it on this one, I suppose. double up here. Boom, boom. No attack. So I can block the Screaming Nemesis with the Ruby if I really want to. This is cute. Let's see. We're going to get a couple more counters, though, to put on some of our trampling rabbits. I don't know where this is going. Sheltered by Ghost. Okay. That's fine. So what are you targeting? That one. Okay, so counter here. Counter here. They have 3 mana, but they're going to have to use 3 of the mana. Okay. Okay, okay. And we are definitely going to Snakeskin Veil up this Paw Patch. Keep it on the field. So now we have 2 Tramplers. Pass. Pass. I don't think they're going to attack in. If they attack, they're dead. Yeah, they recognize that as well. So we could Innkeeper's Talent up, putting double counters on something. Probably that's the best thing over the other Paw Patch. So this is going to put this guy up pretty big. This will put him up to a 9. I don't have enough damage yet, though. Okay, well, let's just divide it. We'll do like this, and we'll wait one more turn. And do I actually put out this Paw Patch? I think I do. I put out this Paw Patch. This could be a very good blocker against the Screaming Nemesis if it decides to come in, because it'll only take 2 damage that they can do to my face. I'm really afraid of blocking things right now. But I just need to get these Tramplers up a little bit bigger. So Trample and the Screaming Nemesis is really good. Screaming Nemesis says whenever this creature is dealt damage, if you have Trample, you can only assign as much damage as Toughness, or you only have to. So I would only have to assign 3 damage to this. The rest of the damage would carry over into their face, and then they could ping something for 3, but at least they're not going to dome us for the full brunt of it. Okay. Oh, they go after that. Cool. Okay, second Sheltered by Ghost from the opponent, and we're drawing very poorly. Okay, now I have to think if this it's still not enough damage now, right? So they're going to heal. They're effectively at 18 life. I think I'm going to put some here and hold. One more turn. One more turn? Man, give me an Ouroboroid. Ouroboroid just wins this game. And I feel like I'm dirtling. They're drawing a lot of lands. We're drawing our low end. Both of us are just floundering here. What else could... If I draw an Abrade would be pretty good because I can get back the other Innkeeper. I don't know if I would want to... Yeah, I think you probably Abrade the Nemesis. 3 damage. Sure. Now, our things only do have Ward 1 now because they did take away our other Innkeeper's Talent. So if that last card in their hand is some kind of removal spell for maybe the 3rd Paw Patch, the newest Paw Patch recruit, the opponent just scoops it up. Oh, I don't know. I think that game was looking real sketchy for us. I kind of wish we played it out a little bit more because I don't think I was in a position where I was going to be able to sneak it by. This card was devastating to us. I guess I could have just attacked in. They would have had to block over here with something, and then the Screaming Nemesis is a triggered ability. But still, I'm not sure I would have had enough damage to go in. How much damage would I have had? I would have gotten another 2 damage. Let's say I draw a land next turn. So then I would have, let's say this is a 6, 6, 5, 11, 18. Okay. 18, and then 19 damage coming through. They block here. They block 2 damage, 19, 13. Yeah, they still stay alive at 1 and we get domed. I still wasn't able to attack in unless I'm missing something. Gotta see these Ouroboroids do something. So if you guys don't know, there is a Discord. We have a Discord server. Some people are in there chatting away. And some of the people in the Discord server are fans of... now I'm regretting. I was talking and do I really want to put out the Might? No, I just took 2 damage for no reason. Ignore that. Some of the fans, fans of the channel, are in there chatting away, and some of them are fans of Ouroboroid, and they are occasionally posting their pictures of their Ouroboroids getting thousands of damage off. And I don't know how you're doing it. Not all Ouroboroids are created equal, apparently. My Ouroboroids hit the field and immediately die. I think that has been kind of apparent. We did get, to be fair, that first game, we were pumping them up. I shouldn't discount it, but that seems like an anomaly. When I'm playing this deck, whew, I just cannot seem to get the Ouroboroids pumping. So they have the trajectory. We're going to try to save our Hemiosymbic Might. They might have the Shoot the Sheriff to follow it up, but if they are blowing 2 cards on that card, I would be okie dokie with that. So they don't seem to have it. Now, I don't know if I want to attack in with the Might. They might have the Flash Boy, in which case I think I'm just going to put out the Recruit straight up. Recruit out. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell. I'd really like to get this on the field. This card can be a very big problem. They do have to Shoot the Sheriff. Interesting that they didn't just like immediately shoot that one off, shoot the Sheriff off when I responded with the Snakeskin Veil. Very interesting. Here comes the Kaido. No, it's an Enduring Curiosity. Yikes. So that is bad news. So, I guess I could go out with Halana. I could go out with Ruby. One of them. You know what? I don't mind Halana. Let's try to start pumping up some of these little guys. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm able to attack in. I don't really want to lose that. I'd rather have them target some stuff and then start putting +1/+1 counters on things. Halana is a human ranger, unfortunately, not an outlaw to stop this. And they're going to keep drawing cards. We're pooched, right? I can't let them draw. It feels really bad, but I think I have to do that. Okay. It comes back as an enchantment, and they don't have a follow-up play. So, that's interesting. Well, put out Ruby. And I guess with the Ruby, I can attack in. I'm a little bit worried. They have the Soulstone Sanctuary, but I do have the Abrade. Is that what their plan is? Is their plan to turn on the Soulstone Sanctuary to block this attack? I think it might be. So we're gonna force their hand here. I think they're gonna turn on that Soulstone. No, they have an Enduring Curiosity. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna destroy it before it can go to blockers, so we're at least putting some damage through. And now next turn they do get to get in with the Spyglass Siren, which last turn they couldn't because of the Halana and Elena. It does have reach and first strike, so pretty good card there. They're going to draw 2 cards off of this, probably find a ton of interaction because that's what this deck does. Dimir, I don't know, is it Dimir Bounce? I don't think this is the bounce variant. Okay, they have the Cecil. The Cecil is a problem. So what do? They have the Soulstone Sanctuary that they can still load up. We only have one. Ooh, Floodpit Drowner. Okay. What do you tap down? Okay, I'm fine with that. Let's put it on. Hold on, now they can't turn that on, can they? Okay. Let's put it on the Trampler. Resolve. Oh, wow. Wow, the opponent had it. Well, when you're drawing so many cards, the opponent just had it. So now our Paw Patch is turned off. Does it say as long... I gotta read this. When this creature enters, counter up to 1 target activated ability. If an ability of an artifact creature is countered this way, this permanent loses all those abilities for as long as this permanent remains on the field. So they're just gonna neuter that. Unfortunately, I don't think I can... They get rid of the Trample too. Oh, it's backbreaking. She's getting +2/+2. I'm kind of dirtily. I'm sorry, opponent. Let's put the +1 or plus counters there. And I think we're still attacking. And before blocks, I am going to get rid of the Cecil. So, yeah, they can double block on the Ruby if they want to. But they're going to have to, yeah, they're going to have to throw something here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, they get rid of it. Really wish they had done it the other way and blocked the Ruby, because that trample was necessary. I think we're boned on this one. Soulstone Sanctuary, they're going to come in. They're going to be drawing 4 cards. That's fair. Fill up their hand. And they have 2 mana available. Our Helena and Elena are still tapped. So unless I find Ouroboroid, I don't know. Even that. Oh, man, it's Vigilance. Okay, Innkeeper's Talent's okay. There are worse cards that we could have drawn here. May as well pump this up. And do they have something to kill the Ruby? They do have some interaction, I'm sure. But, oh, no, they have 2 mana. They wait until we go to combat. Okay. So she puts it there. I may as well put the counters on that. And do I want to just put out a second tracker? Because this one is going to be tied down for so long. I guess no, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. This sucks. We'll keep this one. We have a 1/2 on the field. Yeah, opponent. I know it's nice. We're definitely not completely getting run over. All right. And here comes the 3/3s. I do have to block the Floodpitch Drowner with the Ruby. If they have removal for it, it is what it is. And now they've drawn even more cards. We're down to 1. They have... It's so insane. Curiosities are insane still. Or the Enduring cards, I should say. Drawing everything they could possibly need. They still have 3 mana, possibly 4. I don't think they've made their land drop this turn. There's the 4th mana. And we're going to see one more draw, and we're scooping it up. And I think Gruul is kind of... we're not doing anything. Well, I'm not going to wait for my opponent to decide what 15 cards they're going to discard. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. Boy, I really thought that this Gruul deck was going to work a lot better than it is, and it is just not doing anything. I'm going to try this hand. 2 mana, but the mana is okay. We can get a Ruby out, and we can protect it with the Snake Skins, but we are against life gain. The good news about being against life gain is that we can maybe overpower them with our Ouroboroids if we can protect... If we can protect an Ouroboroid with a Snakeskin Veil or something like that, we can get it huge and we can just maybe go over the top of them. What do they got? They're... Okay. I was gonna say, do they have some interaction here? Angel of Vitality from the opponent. Not the scariest thing. Hey, there we go. So let's... I think I'm gonna go out with the Surok, though. And hopefully next turn... I find, you know what, I'm going to attack in. Let's start getting in. Let's get frisky. Hopefully next turn we find a land. If I can find a land, then I can hold up the Snakeskin Veil for the Ouroboroid, and then I think we'll probably just be fine from that point on. If we don't draw a land, we're going to have to take a risk and try to avoid, not fade, but I said both. We're going to try to avoid a, Sheltered by Ghosts. But our opponent is actually on Angels, not on pure life gain. That's interesting. We got the Exemplar of Light coming down. They're gaining life, drawing cards. Okay. Land. Oh, it's a land. Thank you. Thank you. Okie dokie. Unfortunately, I don't want to attack in with the Surok this turn. We're going to wait 1 turn. If we can get to the next turn with our Ouroboroid, then I think we're set, right? Hopefully they have like a big angel that's gonna try to... I know there's one angel that Oblivion rings something. It sucks it up. I don't know the best way to explain that. It's a card that takes something. O-rings something, right? Instead, they have a Case of the Uneaten Feast number 2. And there's the Shelter by Ghost. So we have played this as well as I can. Yeah, we're just, I may as well do it. Boom. There we go. We also get a +1/+1 counter. Oh, and the Hemiosymbic Might. That's cool. Okay. I do kind of got to be careful of just like dying though. I don't have any life gain. But is the opponent just dead? Hold up. How much damage am I doing here? So if I put this out and I put this out, the Might, or the Ouroboroid will be 5. So then it will go to 10. This will go to 10. And this will go to 9. Right? 10, 10, 9. She gets +2, plus the pump from the Ouroboroid. No. He'll go to 9. I got to make sure I'm doing this right. So this will go +2 counter. No. That's right. We go for the win, right? Do they have something? What? I think they have the Case of the Uneaten Feast is what they're looking at. And then I think I go for it. I'm going to hang on. We're making sure that things are being tapped properly. They only have 1 mana open, so they can't interact with any of our stuff. Okay, next. It should give me the option to do it this way. So, Innkeeper's Talent first. It goes on the Might, or not on the Might, on the Ouroboroid. Everything goes up 27. Oh no, and then 29. I did count properly. Okay. Math, apparently for attackers. Ooh, okay. When we do get an Ouroboroid on the field and it survives, you just need 1 turn. You just need 1 turn. You don't need 1,000 damage Ouroboroid. It's fine as a... Yes. It's fine as a 10-12. Alright, so I'm nervous because we are currently 3-3, and I really want these decks to go positive. I need positive win rates with these decks, in fact. Oh, it's so sketch, right? But how do you say no to this? Paw Patch first? Paw Patch first. Okay, we got a 2-1 on the field. Let's be polite for this. We'll say hello to the opponent. Oh, okay, we find it. It doesn't matter what we play out, right? So, let's get in with the Paw Patch. What are they on? I don't know what this means. Does this mean artifacts? Does it mean artifacts? Oh no. So do I go out with everything? Yep. We go out with everything. Okay, we go out with everything. We're going to rush them down. We went first. You go first in best of 1. You aggro down the opponent. That is artifacts. Okay, backbreaking. Absolutely backbreaking. But if they... Okay, we're going to put out the Surrock, because it won't get sucked up by the Star Cage, and then we can at least get in for 4. If we get another land, we can keep going in with the Halana and Halana and Elena. Ooh, they don't have anything. Okay. Opportunity. Okay, we miss on that, unfortunately, but we're still getting in for quite a bit of damage here. And they need something massive for this turn. We got the Snakeskin Veil. United Battlefront's pretty massive for them. Okay, this is it. Oh, come! I really want the 4-3. Come on, give me the 4-3. It's not even a great win rate. I mean, it's respectable, right? Small sample size. It is what it is. Oh, I'm so... What is... Okay, it's... Okay. That's fine. I think it's fine. I think we're good. So they're going to try to tap down. Oh, they're saying good game. Oh, what a good draw, too. Let's put out Ruby. Ruby, I love Ruby. This card, I genuinely, although the deck has not been performing as well as maybe it could be, I think... Oh! They just let it through. Good game. Why didn't they braided net something? Okay. Yeah, I love Ruby. Ruby's cool. Very cool card. Let's talk about it. All right, so with the Ouroboroid Gruul variant, I think the deck is fine. I think there's potential here, and I think maybe you could make some tweaks here or there, maybe include a little bit more interaction that is more purposeful for the meta. We did not see a single Torch the Tower in all 7 of those games, but the Abrade did come in handy several times. Maybe Abrade is just a better card. It should be maybe 4 Abrade, 0 Torch the Tower. That might be the situation. I'm very impressed with, of course, Innkeeper's Talon. It's a simple card, but actually it does so much. That level 2 is very easy to get to, and it puts a lot of annoyance on the opponent with all of their spot removal. Additionally, Paw Patch Recruit was probably one of the standout cards from this video. This card, when it's on the field, again, it's just so annoying for the opponent. They have to figure out ways to deal with it, but even when they do deal with it, they are going to be buffing up the rest of our team. Unfortunately, I felt like the Simic might, it just has a little bit too much of a target on its back, and it's really not being able to be as impactful as I would like it to be. We do have a lot of ramp in the deck with the Llanowar Elf, with the Ruby, so I'm wondering if maybe cutting a little bit of the lower end and going a little bit more into the higher end, maybe running another copy of Nova Hellkite, another copy of Surok instead of some of these mites, maybe changing the Torch Tower into a Braid. It could feel a little bit better. In the end, though, I think the deck, the philosophy or the idea behind the deck is fine. Things look good. However, I think Gruul is maybe just not in the right place for what is available in the meta. You want to kind of do a bunch of little stuff, but you don't have ways of dealing with the artifacts, the star cages, the board wipes that are coming out. And that's maybe where the Simic variant might end up being a little bit more potent. You're going to see that the Gruul variant is going to play a lot different compared to the Golgari and the Simic, because the Golgari is going to have a lot more interaction, and the creatures in it are maybe a little bit more resilient. It also has more card draw in the end. But I think I'm a fan of Gruul, so what can I really say? This is one of the variants that I would probably be leaning towards playing, just because I get to play cards like Halana and Elena. This card actually kind of impressed me. Every time I hit the field, it does some cool stuff. And then, giving things haste, always cool. Pumping them up, always cool. Ruby, again, in our Gruul shell, one of the cards that I think is just super underappreciated. I really like a mana dork that has haste. Anyways, let me know what you think about Gruul Ouroboroid, and if you want, throw down some predictions for how you think the Golgari and the Simic variants are going to do in the following videos. We're going to have fun this week. It's an Ouroboroid filled week. Who doesn't want to have a whole bunch of plant worms coming into their YouTube videos? That's it for this one. Take care for now, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.